What is the meaning of this?
He slapped her, but what she said to him shut down the whole restaurant.
This story you are about to hear is not folktale, my people. It is a real-life drama, one that happened in the middle of a noisy city restaurant. A story that begins with pain but ends with transformation. Now, listen well. It was a Saturday evening. The restaurant was full. Couples on dates. Tired workers looking for small chops after a long day. And the waiters moving fast like ants in an anthill. Among them was Adaeze, 26 years old, a slim young woman with tired eyes but a bright smile. She had worked in that restaurant for 3 years, carrying trays heavier than her dreams, but never losing her warmth. Why was she there? Because life had pressed her hard. Her father had died when she was 16, leaving her mother to struggle with 4 children. Adaeze, being the eldest, carried responsibility like a heavy pot on her head. She wanted to study mass communication, but instead she studied survival. And that day, survival was dressed in a black apron with the restaurant logo on it. Adaeze had seen many things: customers insulting, customers shouting, some even refusing to pay. She had endured all with patience, but that night, something different happened. There was a man called Mr. Collins, 38 years old, a man who wore a fine suit but carried heavy burdens inside. He was a corporate executive, a man with money but little peace. That day, he was angry. His company had just lost a big contract. His family at home had been complaining endlessly about his absence. He felt the world was against him. And when Collins walked into the restaurant, he wasn't looking for food alone. He was looking for someone to pour his frustration on. As the saying goes, abụghị na-eyi aja akwa abụghị na ọba aja akwa na-ebutere ihe ọjọọ. A young woman wearing rag clothes is not the reason evil touches her. Sometimes misfortune just looks for who to perch on. And Adaeze became that person. Collins ordered food. Adaeze brought it, smiling, though her legs were shaking from hours of standing. But something small happened. The drink she placed on the table slipped slightly, spilling a few drops on Collins' trousers. Before Adaeze could even say sorry, Collins' hand landed on her cheek. Bam! The sound echoed across the restaurant. People gasped. Everybody were surprised. Forks dropped. Silence fell. Adaeze staggered back, holding her face. The humiliation was heavier than the pain. Her eyes watered, but she refused to cry. She took a deep breath, and then she spoke. "Sir, you slapped me in front of everyone. Do you know what that means?" Her voice trembled at first, but then it grew strong, filling the room. "I have been working here for 3 years. Every day I stand on my feet for 12 hours. I serve people with respect. Even when they insult me, I smile, even when my heart is breaking. You see me carrying trays, but you don't see the life behind the apron. My father died when I was still young. My mother sells akara just to feed my younger ones. This job puts food on our table. And today, because of a small mistake, you chose to slap me? Sir, Is my dignity so cheap to you? Am I less of human being because I serve you? She paused. Everyone was staring. Do you know what it means to be kind? Do you know that a single word of encouragement can save a life? Why a single act of cruelty can break it? We, service workers, we are not robots. We have dreams. We have hearts. We bleed like you. We cry like you. So ask yourself, sir, what do you gain by slapping me? Does it reduce your anger, or does it reveal it? Does it make you powerful, or does it make you weak? The restaurant was dead silent. Even the air seemed to stop. My people, let me ask you, if you were in Adeze's shoe, would you have spoken up, or would you have walked away in silence? Oya, drop your answer, because sometimes silence can be golden. Or do you think silence is chance? Collins froze. His chest rose and fell. For the first time, he saw not just a waitress, but a human being, fragile, yet strong. Something broke inside him. Maybe it was guilt, maybe it was shame, or maybe it was the truth finally cutting through his pride. His voice dropped. I am sorry. But Adeze was not done. She added softly, Sir, next time choose kindness, because you don't know the battles people are fighting. From that night, Collins changed. The slap that was meant to humiliate became the slap that opened his eyes. He apologized to Adeze again. This time, with tears, he asked to speak with her after her shift. They talked outside the restaurant. Collins opened up about his job pressure, his failing marriage, his loneliness. He confessed he had carried his frustrations like a loaded gun, and Adeze was the unlucky target. For the first time in years, he felt someone truly listened. Adeze, though hot, responded with grace. Sir, life dey hard for everybody, but we no suppose transfer pain to innocent people. When you spread bitterness, it multiplies, but when you spread kindness, e go heal hearts wey you no even know. Collins nodded, humbled. That night was the beginning of his transformation. Now, my people, how many of us, when angry, go home and pour it on the wrong people? On our children, on our spouses, or on strangers? Think am well, because anger, when misplaced, is poison. Weeks passed. Collins became a regular at the restaurant, not to show power, but to kindness. He always asked for Adeze's session, leaving generous tips. But more than that, he began speaking to other customers about respecting workers. Soon, management noticed. Conversations started. Policies were introduced. Workers' dignities became a priority. Collins even began a small advocacy project in his company, encouraging staff to treat cleaners, drivers, and waiters with respect. But my people, you know how life is. When respect is planted, sometimes love grows. Collins and Adeze's conversation grew deeper. He admired her courage, her honesty, her resilience. She, on the other hand, saw beyond the rich man. She saw a wounded soul trying to heal. Slowly, friendship became affection, not rushed, not forced, like palm wine dripping steadily from the calabash. One evening, Collins said, Adeze, that night when I slapped you, I thought I was strong. but you showed me my weakness. Now, I don't just admire you. I respect you and I want to be in your life, if you allow me. Adaeze smiled, shaking her head. Life is strange. The same hand that slapped me is now stretched out to hold me. Let's take it slow, sir. If love must grow, it must grow with respect. And so, a new chapter began. Tell me, my people, can true love grow out of conflict, or should pain and romance never mix? Your gentle answer fit scatter this comment section. Adaeze grew more confident. She started a small online page, sharing her experience as a waitress, teaching people about kindness. Her story went viral. Other workers reached out. Together, they began a movement titled, "We Are Human Too." The ripple spread from one slap to one speech, from one speech to one movement, from one movement to thousands of changed hearts. And so, my people, this story ends not with bitterness, but with growth. Because life has taught us. Onye ji mmadụ n'ala, chi ya na-ele ya. He who trample others will one day be trampled by destiny. And also, kindness is not the cheapest gift, yet the most expensive treasure. Adaeze gained dignity, Collins gained humility, and both found something greater than what they had before: respect, love, and purpose. My people, I ask you finally, if you were in that restaurant that day, will you have clapped for Adaeze or stay silent? And more importantly, in your own life, are you Adaeze or are you Collins? Oya, think am well. Ọkwa na mmadụ bụkwa chi ibe ya. Every man is a god to his fellow man. When you raise your hand in anger, you break. But when you raise your voice in kindness, you build. Let us be builders, not breakers. Till next time, my dear friends, subscribe to this channel and stay tuned, because next story fit shock you past this one. Maka na asị na ndụ bụ akụkọ, akụkọ bụkwa ndụ. Story is life, and life itself is a story. Till next time, I remain your storyteller, Oscar.